think that we would be on our way to recovery, but we haven't been. This program, up to this point, has been a colossal failure. You can't blame the federal government. Our delegation with Frank Pallone actually got the money. You know what I mean? That's normally the issue is, we need the money. Well, they delivered. They have run a program that no one knows what's going on. They fired their vendor without telling anybody. They're paying them millions of dollars for a bad job. You know what you do? When a vendor does a bad job, you fire them. And you tell them, sue me. That's what you do. You don't pay them to go away. But the bottom line, it comes down to the people that are struggling, the business owners, the homeowners, the families that don't know what is going on. That's why at our reorganization in the legislature, we called on the Sandy Bill of Rights. That at least we'll give you some answers. We'll let you know where you're on the list and maybe make the process a little more user-friendly. We need to improve the process. We need to bring the advocates in, the community advocates that deal with this day in and day out. See, there's a major disconnect here. We've shut out the people that know the people the most, the people that interact and deal with people the most. We brought people in from other states, and you saw what's happened from bringing people in that don't know anybody. We need to fix this, but we need to be fair to the people that are on the list, and we need to let people know what's going on.
What Senator Sweeney's proposing in this Bill of Rights is absolutely what we need. I cannot think of a piece of legislation that's more important, and it's for the very same reasons that he described. I'll use an example in Union Beach. Union Beach was one of the hardest hit towns that I represent. You can go there on any given street, and you'll have people who are trying to sell their homes because they don't have the financial wherewithal to keep them because they haven't gotten the funding to rebuild. You'll have other people who are trying to raise their homes, who are trying to get into the RM program and haven't been able to. You'll have others, we talked earlier, who are getting money from nonprofit groups like United Way because they haven't been able to get the money from the federal government through the state. As the senator said, the reason the Bill of Rights, his Bill of Rights is so important because that's the problem. People don't know. It's almost like a right to know issue. You know, they think they're on a waiting list. They don't know what that means. They hear that there's a program that they might be eligible for. They don't know what the eligibility rules are. If they inquire as to, when the next level of funding is going to be available, no one tells them. So, the administration of this program, and I'm going to name them, by Governor Christie and his administration, has been a total disaster. And if you look at the recent Monmouth University poll, but I don't need the poll because I see it in my offices every day, they'll tell you that most people, 80% I think that this program has been mismanaged because they haven't been able to find out what it's all about. They haven't been able to get the money to them to raise their home, rebuild their home, restore their business, and it's just not right. As the senator said, I and the state delegation fought so hard. And you know what people would tell us when we were trying to get the Sandy money? This is what they would say if they were from the South or the Midwest. I used to get mad at them. I wanted to hit something, but I wouldn't. I shouldn't say it. And they would tell me, "Oh, well, we don't want to send that money to New Jersey and New York because you don't know how to manage it. It'll go down a rat hole, and it will be wasted." And I want to prove them wrong. I don't want to prove them right. I want to say, no, we got this money. It went to a good purpose. But unfortunately, that's not been the case. And I'm not going to repeat, I started out, I was very concerned about this HGI, which was this contractor that was administering the program. They were fired. We still don't know why. I contacted HUD. I'm still asking HUD to look into the way that, what did that contractor do? Why was he fired? And who's administering the program now? Last week there was another guy, another consultant who was getting paid, I don't know how much money, who was fired. And we still don't know what they were doing or why. And we don't know now who's replaced these contractors and who's actually administering this program. That's what this Bill of Rights is all about. It is so sorely needed, and I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
One thing is clear. We have learned a lot about how not to deliver aid in the event of a natural disaster like Hurricane Sandy. Let's make sure with this legislation and the leadership you have here that we take those lessons and make sure that people do not have to continue to go through the frustrations they've seen in the wake of Hurricane Sandy, that we can get those people the relief they need, but we can also make sure this does not ever happen again.